Terry Hutchinson, it looked like you mixed things up a little bit today, some racing and some straight line stuff for the sails. Is that what we saw?
That's correct. That's what we saw. The day started out in pretty good J3 conditions, 16, 18 knots, and we got towards the we stopped the racing because it was 21, 22, 23, 24 knots, kind of up there in the corner, and so felt a bit prudent to just get into some of the straight line stuff that the guys want to cycle through. So I think if the breeze had stayed down just a little, we would have kept on doing the pre-starts and the laps, but Mother Nature had another plan for us.
When we spoke to Paul Goodison yesterday, he said that the crew were flying about 100% of the time, no autopilot.
Yeah.
Today we could see that they were fighting with it, struggling with it a little bit on bearaways, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you see in bearing away in 22, 23 knots on the thing, it's got a lot going on, and a couple of those they bore away, and they're sitting on 47, 48 knots of boat speed. So there's some things happening there for them, but that's all part of it, and it's good to see. It's good to see that evolution of it. The boat's quite a bit different than what the 75 was, and so I think over the last really 3 days, we're reminded of in some capacity of the forgiveness of the T-foil versus the anhedral, especially when you contemplate the hull clearance of what we were dealing with the 75. That boat was very specific for flat water, and here you get a little bit more margin, so it's good.
When we see the new AC75, are we expecting something radical from the American team?
I think the rule defines what we can and can't do. I'm sure you're going to see the fleet's going to be different than what the boat was in Auckland. I'm not sure what radical means in these boats, because the rule does a good job of defining it, what it can be.
That's a great answer. We saw the LiDAR detector on the foredeck this morning. We think it was missing towards the end of the day. Was that a deliberate or
not deliberate? Again, Mother Nature. Water coming across the deck at 40 knots has some impact to it. So, yeah, I mean it's a good catch, though.
Okay, and the day was cut slightly short, I think, towards the end. A problem with the sensor on the foil.
Yeah, we had a sensor in the starboard flap fail, and it's a good reminder for us about the redundancy program going forward. There's areas of the boat that you need to make sure you have a backup when you're racing, because obviously that's a showstopper, and we don't want to lose a race because of it.
Next week you're moving into two-boat racing again. Yeah. Looking forward to that?
I am. We are looking forward to it. I mean, I think we have a big 8 weeks in front of us. When Tom and the guys get back from the Sail GP in Australia, give them a day or two to get over the lag, and then we'll get into it for the next 8 weeks through the month of May.
On board on Rossa. Keko, lots of maneuvers and straight line testing. Today, is that what the day was about?
Yeah, we were planning also to put some marks down, but It was a little bit too windy and too wavy to do that, so we prefer to just do some drills, upwind and downwind, and some testing as well. We had few new things so that we wanted to test, but it was a very nice day. A bit cold, a bit chilly, but nice.
How big, or were you finding any offset between building chop and breeze today, or?
Yeah, at the beginning was not so, the chop was not that big, and then slowly did get bigger and bigger along the shoreline. And so we decided to go a little bit further up to find some flatter spots. But we were happy to sail in a little bit all the conditions, so we kind of mix it up between flatter water and wavy conditions, so to check a few things in all the conditions. So it was a very, very good day.
Keko, lots of tacks. It looked like lower entry angles and a little bit more leeward heel. Is that a fine-tuning of a technique which you were doing?
Well, yeah, we are trying different techniques, and we don't know if all of this is going to apply to the big boat as well, but definitely trying new things is the way to go in order to find the new little improvements in the performance.
And how hard was it to sail downwind on the last stint now?
It wasn't too bad, but definitely was quite impressive how different was the wave state between the very shoreline, very close to the shore, and just a few miles out. It was amazingly different. It was definitely a lot harder to sail here by the harbor. But I mean, the guys did a very good job today, keeping the boat always in the safe side, and we didn't have any issue. We were not even close to having problems, so we felt really a good day.
It did look like impressive sailing. Keko, ci lasci un commento per i supporters Luna Rossa?
Supporter Luna Rossa, finalmente è arrivata la Sea Breeze a Cagliari, la famosa Sea Breeze, una primavera un po' anticipata, ma insomma in primavera sappiamo che qui la Sea Breeze spinge, e oggi era una bella giornata.